Mosquito. You want evidence of a street fight? A gutter grate bruise and concrete scabs. Here are nails on the tongue. A mosaic of glass shards on my lips. I am midnight banging against house fire. A naked woman shaking with the sweat of need. An ocean of burning diamonds beneath my roadkill. My hitchhiker belly feels sweet. I'm neon blind and kiss too black. Dangle stars. Let me be delicate and invisible. Let me sleep hoarse-throated in the desert under a blanket sewn from spiders. Kick my ribs. Tug my hair. Scream, you're gonna miss me when I'm gone. Sing implosion to this world where nothing is healed. Slap me, I'll be any kind of sinner. Thank you so much, all of you, for sticking around too. I think I probably would. The first 4 readers were, there was such like a pure joy about seeing them read and see. They were so happy to read. It was so nice. I feel really honored to be here tonight, amongst everyone here. So thanks, and for inviting us, Ryan, and for SPECTRA and Midwest Writing Center, and for hosting us here. This is an awesome place. The best part. The best part of brain surgery isn't the shining staples that keep it all in. The ways fingers and tongues will find a scar. It's not wheelchair rides through maple leaves, sunlight warming a bruise as I fumble peeling an orange. Nor is it the gentle tug of a nurse reminding muscles bend, stretch, and flex. The sweetest ingredient. The best part is the cutting. Hollow space that longs to be filled with what little I have. The first bite, cold fruit. Bedridden, I weigh my glass eye in a wrinkle-napped hand. MRI. An old man is playing fiddle in my head. At least that's what the doctor says, pointing as he holds my MRI to the light. He must be eating the same hot dogs my nephew microwaves. My nephew sees Bob the Builder everywhere, smiling in sauerkraut, sawing in the drifting sky. Afternoons, he names me Bob, knocks my knee with a plastic hammer. But right now, I'm half naked, shivery with chicken skin, napkin gown. But I don't laugh, because I think the vain cobweb looks like Abe Lincoln's profile on the penny. So let's pretend I'm not sick at all. I'm filled with golden tumors, love for the nurse who feeds me to the machine worse than any death, the powerlessness of a shaved and strapped down body. Even in purgatory, you can wear earrings, and though the music might crack a spine, at least in that torture, the tears from your arm's needle marks are mouth-wateringly sweet. This book is as old as our friendship, Adam. Yeah. Adam said this thing, I have known you since before Google. We became friends before. We're so old, we did that email. That's great. I'm really happy to be able to share the stage with not only Adam, who I've known for a long time, who I just met, but what like the spectrum of people writing poems at the beginning of their careers, and people who have been paying attention to language for their entire lives, and like celebrating it, each of them. it's really amazing to be a part of that. Good times. Strangers will spring from parked cars and howlingly sprint toward our children. Leveling the snowmen the kids are rounding out with their mittened hands, leaving them holding a carrot ground limp in the cold. It is a fact. Someone will unknowingly carve on the back of a bus seat a secret equation that might let us live forever. But the next teenager who sits will scribble a speaking penis over it with a felt-tip pen. Like drive-by shootings, most of our good ideas arrive, get a look at our ugly faces, then leave as fast as they came. A creep is, at this very moment, staring into the sliver of light that is your bathroom. But sigh, this is the lesser of two, as they say. The neonate is still at the hospital, warming under a heat lamp. And the man, the thug, almost mugged, is now standing at another bus stop, miles away. For a limited time, all of us are playing at a theater near you. The boy with glass bones becomes a karate champion so he can save his mother from her indentured servitude in the fantasy service industry. Droughts, French maids, acid rain, locusts, and James Brown is always alive. Thousands of first kisses will happen as the bulbs dim and our globe warms with teeny bopper moans and steam. More and more butter for all of us fatties. And the cherry blossoms, just past peaking as we leave, blinking and rubbing our eyes at the innumerable stars in the sky. We are staggered as petals spinningly fall upon our misdiagnosed shoulders. Our lips are slick and salty. Our bellies slosh with all the soda we can drink. Yeah, free soda! Free refills! This one goes out to my one true love. Free refills. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna read a little bit from my memoir. So a lot of my first book, when I was 18 or 19, I started having strokes. I had a vascular malformation in the pons of my brainstem, and nobody wanted to do anything about it because it was so deep in my brainstem at first. And they're like, it'll never happen again. And then I'm just like falling down, having strokes all the time. I was a complete mess. So eventually, long story, I had surgery and I had to take a year off to relearn how to walk and talk and do everything again. And so I'm going to read an excerpt from this memoir. I decided to have surgery, and there was one surgeon in the world who had performed like over 20 of these procedures, and so we had flown, my family had flown to the University of Miami, and we're all like living in hotels. I'm 21 years old, so I want to just like hang out with my parents all the time, just bond. But also in the context of me like which is actually it's been a very moving week. I've been sharing some of these stories with people because it was the same week in 1999. So this is this crazy. So I was in Miami at this time, and not only all of this. It sounds like I'm lying. Dogs. I walk my dogs to Miami. But Hurricane Floyd was bearing down on the Florida coast, and so they were starting to shut down the hospitals, and everybody's evacuating town. My family and I are just living in a hotel where they're boarding up the windows, and I just wanted to die. Mom wakes me up early Monday morning, totally freaking out. It stormed most of the night, but it stopped. Sitting on my bed, Ma asks if I think Dr. Harris is boarding up his house by himself. I turn on the TV, and every station has hurricane news on. Do you think he's doing it himself? I shrug and turn away from her. On TV, the surf crashes in freight breakers over lifeguard stations. He's probably got someone to do it for him, don't you think, Allie? He's not doing it, I'm sure of it. The camera pans on a block of oceanfront homes. Each has boarded up windows. Most of the plywood is graffiti. I mean, he's got to protect his hands, right? She asks. I mean, he's got someone to help him, to do it for him. I bet he does. The radar image of Hurricane Floyd is massive. It's twice the size of Florida, rotating slowly, racing closer. Don't you think, she says, he's not doing it, right? He needs to think about you. Maybe I should do it, Allie, she says. Maybe I should call and see if I can do it for him. I would do it for him, totally, no problem. I should do it. The next station, the next station shows the same footage we saw last night. A flashlight dancing through the wrecked home. I'm going to call him, Allie. I'm going to call him. Don't you think I should? You don't think he's doing it himself, do you? The camera zooms in on a piece of plywood painted with, "We love you, Floyd. Spare our home." The TV goes black and a commercial from McDonald's goes on. There's a press conference. The Broward County Sheriff and the governor talk. The anchor says President Clinton is coming back from Africa early, that he might declare Florida a disaster area before the hurricane even hits. Allie, he's thinking about his hands, right? I'm going to call him. Don't you think I should? I'll just call him. I'll do it. He needs to think about his hands, about you. Her worry is like a tire fire in the small room. I turn off the TV, walk into the bathroom, and shut the door. It sounds like apples are falling from heaven when the rain starts again. After we watch the weatherman smile, the hurricane turning from the Florida coast, my brainstem malformation, strokes, bleeds, quality of life, the bloody mulberry, a highly eloquent area, the uncomfortable laughing, because the hurricane didn't do anything at all. Only rain, wind, and more wind and rain. The hospital opens, and I leave everything in the motel room. I check in at dusk, not eating or drinking for 12 hours. All night in my hospital room, I fold my jeans over and over again. The back of my hospital chair, they fall. My t-shirt drops. I'm hooked up to an IV, and I gawk at the ceiling. The TV muted but blaring from down the hall. Birds skitter rocks outside my window as night begins to orange, and I look up to see my ma and Bob and Dad and Lindy. It is morning, and they are terrified, already grieving, and I feel guilty for all of it, and roll my IV with me to piss one last time. My father says behind me, "Is that a tattoo on his back?" I weep into the mirror and say goodbye to myself. The nurse asks me to sit in the wheelchair so she can take me away. The goodbye I say to my family clangs inside me. And after being rolled away, I'm hooked to more tubes and machines and the preparing hum of the operating room. And the drip starts placing me just so. And after, would you move a little to the left? After, the doctor likes it this cold. After, can you feel this at all? After, this is to make you a bit warmer. I don't get a chance to say I am wonderful under these lights. Just plain good, or scream into the antiseptic air. I am so fucked. This is the end. Thank you. It's been a blast. I love all of you. Or even as the dark bag of anesthesia zippers me up, get to whisper my welcome to the tumbling and crushing and delivering black. I'm going to go back to reading some poems. We're just going to continue the fun train right now. Just more poems. Woo! How you feeling out there? Yeah. It's really a bad excerpt to read, right? Because you know, right? He lives! Oh my God! Surprise! Right? It takes a little surprise away. Next time I'll read something else, I promise. I'm just going to read a poem from this one, and then I'm going to finish with some poems from my new book. Being here, listless blight, safe words, every little sound in the night is a gasp, bone tip blossoming through skin. It's no bull, man. Anymore, we are all winners and afraid to pull our faces off. Maple leaves and plastic bags somersault through the park. One cloud grips the moon. Call me anything before morning comes, little lover, because it's true and doesn't fucking matter. Kill the lights, feel the burn. Rev yourself up and sing along with the good thrum found in everything. Hang around until the end. Melt my ashes on your tongue. Haunt. In the beginning, there was the beginning. There was bafflement in the beginning. There was in the beginning the bewildered asking questions. You have got to be kidding. There was bafflement in the eyes in the beginning. And then in the beginning, there was blood in the mouth. There was blood. There was blood, thimblefuls and cups. And then whole slopping rivers. Baffled and bewildered in the beginning, with foot smears of blood, the train tracks and songs so baffling, the line of clouds never moving. And what is that small hand waving from the back seat of that car that never returns, that wonders what it means to have your face scalpeled off and hung in a loose mask over the back of your skull? The grotesqueries of this place. Can you imagine wearing such a bloody thing? What happened in the beginning? The bodies of murdered children are dumped at the edge of town. Oh, it's time, Lord. All of us must go. It's a really terrible segue because now I'm going to talk about fatherhood. How much I love being a father. So my newest book just came out this year, like Brian said, and a lot of the poems are in kind of just a different mode. They're coming from a place where they were written in the months leading up to my son Felix's birth. and the time after. So I'm just going to finish with one or two of them. I knew you before you were. Rusty chains coiled in this cardboard box I carry to the dumpster. And all I'm thinking is that my face is falling off. And it's yours under it. Or someone's I don't even know, further down, a stranger, a dead man, a saint, or just a sprawl of gravel. And then I'm thinking this other thing. There's a snake in this box, black-tailed and then more. There's a bottomless immensity beneath my feet. And what a sacrifice it is each day just to get by. This alchemy, this fevered life, this illness and love, lockjaw and slow motion kidnappings. It is what it always is. Our chronic dying, our shivering with unbelievable joy and not knowing a damn thing about anything as lightning jigsaws the horizon. At the garbage pile, I pause, take a deep breath, and sit on the curb. Like they're being sucked into the sky, the trees' limbs lift. There are no cars in the street. It's so quiet, so hushed, I can hardly breathe. Thousands of lives are piled into all this dirt we walk on, and I'm waiting, saving it all for you. I'm just going to read two more poems. After the world did not end. I think I said this last night, but I was so happy about this, the idea of this, because there was a time right around when my son Felix was born when the world was supposed to end, where the billboards and everyone's going to truck drive by about the end of the world. I thought about it a lot. I was like, this is a win-win situation. I'm going to either transition into a new part of my life where I'm going to become a father and it's going to be amazing, or we're all going to die and I'm not going to have to worry about any of it. After the world did not end. I'm a big jellyfish, all grown-assed. I can admit it now, I'm a gelatinous head inside of a head that smells of spit-up diamonds. So what if the years haven't taught me how to hold another's hand tenderly, or drink orange smoothies from the skull of my enemies? My ribs don't cradle me right, and maybe I like feeling as if I'm slipping out of the enormous hand in the sky that's puppeting me. But when my baby cries and tears jewel his cheeks' fat ledges, I fit into myself with the burn of a dislocated elbow being reset. Watching him sleep today, I'm on fire. I want to rip deep holes into my body and umbrella over him. Welcome his shadow breathing into me as he rocks a clockwise circle, eyelids tremoring with white-hot dreams. I'm just going to finish with one poem. Thanks for sticking around, everybody. Thanks for letting me share the stage with all of these amazing poets at all stages of their careers. What a fun night. It's really great. So Ryan, way to go. What a cool. Can we give Ryan a
Yeah.
quick I do a reading series at home in Texas, and I was thinking about Ryan. I was like, wow, he's doing a lot of stuff. I'm not doing shit. Oh man, I gotta start doing. Oh no, he does so much. I'm really odd, and you can tell how much people appreciate it, and that's really cool. So, thanks for letting us share that with everyone. The Wish Book. The moon croons ghost and curtains lift into the room, magic and shine. The moon sings light of pinball machines over the skin of the world. The moon whispers pretty, pretty, pleads for you. The moon croons lost and stare a hole in it, stare it whole. Love dusted new each opening time, each moth-thin page, each dark glowing flesh. Pity those that die, the moon sings. The moon whispers without dynamite. The moon pleads, the bathtub filled. The moon bellows, bubble, bubble, slick, balls, glory, glory with blood. The moon croons, let me cover you. The moon sings, who lives inside you? The moon whispers, did you hear something out there? What will you say to them when I'm gone? Thank you so much.